So I've just been thinking about the digital ID and like the importance of a one world citizenship. England is very, very multicultural right now, and everywhere around France and Europe, it's just people from all over the world, just all gathered together. You walk around, you have no idea where people have come from because it just feels like everyone's from just different parts of the world. And I'm trying to think, is this a good or bad thing? Like on one hand, I don't want to be judgmental about who you are based on where you're from. Um, on the other hand, I feel like there are some incredibly dangerous Islamic people that are coming into this country, and they are going to want to just kill anyone that's in power that doesn't agree with them. So, on one hand, multiculturalism can be good if you all come from the same sort of ideology and have similar kind of beliefs. But on the other hand, there are some people that have very, very inverted beliefs and are very dangerous people. So you don't really want these people coming into the country. Um, but nevertheless, they're still here. So I don't know what's happening, but I know that I want to believe that there is a group of people who are on like my side. I like the idea of believing like England is all my people and stuff like that, and but that's not how it is. That my people are everywhere. They are in China, they are in Japan, they are in India even. I don't really know that many Indians, but I know that there are some people who are helping the Indian government, and they should. I encourage people to stay in locations that they're born in, because maybe they're supposed to help in those locations. I think immigration is great. If you have skills that are better than your country, then you should be allowed to immigrate and go and implement your skills in other countries. That should be allowed. But also I want to encourage people to stay in their own country. And well, if I'm saying my people are all just people living in England, I'm not saying that at all. But if I was saying that, that is going to make people all around the world feel like, hey, what about us? Well, what, are we not your people? Even though we believe, even though we have similar values and stuff, and therefore I want to know who my people are. Like if you have a ship, the whole Noah's Ark thing, and getting all the animals onto the ark. I'm aware that this story is actually just a belief where you get lots of people into the ark and then you put them all to sleep because they don't actually know that they're mostly the animals. Okay, you got people on there that are organizing things. So really, my people aren't the people on the ship. They are the humans that are trying to sort of keep the animals from killing each other. So really, the Noah's Ark ship really kind of represents just Earth and just all the people on it who some act like animals, some are dangerous, some people, a lot of people are living their first life, and I could say first lifer humans are dangerous, but then again it depends on what kind of animal you were in your past life. If you were a sheep in your past life, you'd probably be a human that just follows the crowd, hence you're probably not dangerous. If however you were a lion in your past life, you would probably have more violent tendencies, hence you might be dangerous. But then again, there was lions for a reason. Like lions existed for a reason because you were supposed to be violent, you were supposed to bring out tension. Why? Because there's too many people in the world, and if there are some violent ones, then that helps reduce the numbers, plus it helps make people smarter, because you have to watch out for who these lions, human lions are, and that you can learn things from it. Life is about learning. And if you are a sheep that just gets eaten and then you get reincarnated again and again, and eventually you're not going to be a sheep any longer, because you're going to realize that you're going to get eaten by the wrong people if you trust the wrong people. So life is complicated, and there's good and bad, and they grow together because they help each other, even though some of them just cause problems and other ones just try to fix the problems. But that there's two types of people. There are people who learn how to fix problems, and there are people who learn how to create problems. Now technically I don't want people creating problems, but if the people who created problems didn't exist, then the people who fix problems would have nothing to fix. So they've got smarter by learning how to fix problems, and the ones that have got eviler and learned how to cause problems, well, they have helped other people get smarter, even though the ones that are stealing off or whatever, they're suffering, and they're gaining off other people's suffering. But will they end up finding that other lions attack them? Yes, if you hang around a bunch of lions, you're going to get killed by a bunch of lions, because that's how it works. A lot of lions have cubs, and their cubs grow up to actually be a threat to their parents. So you hang around if you hang around bad people, it's likely that these bad people are going to affect all sorts of people around you, but they're probably also going to affect the people in the gangs. And if you're a gang that's just against another gang, you're probably going to find that you get killed by the other gang at some point, or you're going to have problems by that. And if you're the sort of person that wants to hang around gangs because you feel safer, because you can attack other people and not get caught, if there's loads of you, the police might be too afraid to take you out. But because you're around dangerous people, you are putting yourself in danger yourself. And I feel like sometimes you have to go through this to become smarter. So it's a very complicated thing, but I want to know who my people are. This is something that I really, really want. And for me to do that, I need to have some sort of digital ID. And I'm thinking about Keir Starmer, him looking like a knob, just trying to say, yeah, we're having this digital ID and everyone's agreeing with it. No one's agreeing with it. No one trusts him. No one really likes him. And therefore, anything he implements, there's a whole bunch of people that are like, oh no, we're not going to be able to do this. We're not going to be able to do that. We're not going to be able to do much. There's going to be facial recognition. A digital ID means facial recognition and stuff like this. And I don't know what a digital ID means. A digital ID could just mean simply like another passport and one more thing to lose, or one more thing to pay for, one more thing that the taxpayer has to kind of manage. And I don't know. I don't know, and I don't care. But I know that I am Christ, and I'm going to be telling the world that I'm God. And I want to know who my people are, and for me to know who my people are, I need to say that I am Christ, I am Israel, I'm Jerusalem, and I want to test you on it. And therefore I would like you to go to a website where you can find out about me. You will need to have an account to do so. I guess the first stage count could be, you could have like different levels. You could just have the basic account, which is literally just to sign on. You just need email and phone number, or you might not even need to put the phone number down. Just email and maybe a picture of yourself. Or what's that facial recognition? You'd have like a camera on, and it says, look at the front, and then look at the side, and so you've got your face, and that will just prevent you from creating another account. And okay, you need to have some sort of button. Do you believe that Anna is Christ or not? Do you believe that Anna is Israel or not? You have basic things. So because I know there's going to be a lot of people that are assuming that I'm the Antichrist, and therefore they won't want to go through many stages if they think that this is the mark of the beast. If they think what I'm offering is the mark of the beast, they will not be having anything to do with it. But if I make it clear that you don't have to believe in me to be signed on, you just need to have some sort of identification of who we are, so we don't make multiple accounts of this. We want to have an accurate view on who believes me, and we can't have people believing me having like 10 accounts and they all say they believe me, because that would register as 10 people believing me when really one person believes me. And likewise, we can't have someone creating 100 accounts saying they don't believe me, which makes me feel like everyone doesn't believe me when really some are claiming that when it really it's all fake accounts. So it's very important that that everyone has an account, and then I would ask them about their religion and just, what are you, and do you believe in me? And so I'll just have basic things, and I can even have like at the top, a believer or a non-believer, like to make it very clear. So if people who think that I'm the Antichrist want it very clear that they have not accepted my mark or whatever, it can actually say at the top, non-believer. But I don't know, the Muslims might not be very happy about that, because they always go on about how the non-believers need to die, and if it says non-believer at the top of their page, they might be like, we are a believer, we're just a believer in something else. And so I don't know. The Christians who believe in the Antichrist, they should probably have a big thing at the top saying this is a non-believer account. But the Muslims probably shouldn't have that, because it might be a reminder of how they are completely inverted. Yeah, I don't know. But I have lots of singers and lots of angels that I want people to. So wherever you get this these songs, and I don't know how it's going to work. So I've talked about the singers and how exposing them on their birthday, But there's so many of them now. I'm wondering if maybe I should divide it over 2 years or something. Like I was going to say just each on every day have some angels kind of on their birthday expose their name. But now that there's like 500 of them, should I really expose them all on the same year, or should I, I mean, I could separate it throughout 3.5 years, just work out which ones want to get exposed first. I don't know. I mean, I like the idea of it all being in the same year, but I don't know. I feel like that's too far ahead. First need to go into a house, a nice house, like a palace kind of house, like a proper temple kind of house. What the Jews are expecting for God to walk into a third temple, and I'm waiting for this third temple. Only it's me and my body. I'm the third temple, and I need to be in a nice house somewhere in America. But I don't think you should tell people where. You could probably say America, but yeah. And then I need to say that the Jewish people are all over the world. They could be in any state, any country, they can be anywhere. They could even be born in a third world country. To be my people, you just need to believe that I'm Christ in Israel, and I need to do these, just ask questions about what people believe. So you can sign up just to find out about me, or you can sign up to try and prove that I'm not God, or you can sign up to try and perhaps show me support. So we've heard what you say. You say that the reason why there's so many problems in the world is because God is female and no one in the world worships a female, so God just looks at everyone and just sees people that have rejected her. If this is the reason why the world is falling apart and no one's being helped, like I think my higher self has been helping people. It's helped people, give them technology and stuff like that. But yeah, this is all technology that I needed to prove that I was God. For me to prove how much power I have, because my power lies in technology. Technology had to be created first. So even though I don't like the people, maybe I do like the people, maybe I don't. I don't know what my higher self is exactly thinking. I know I don't as a human because everyone's ignored me. But my higher self obviously likes people enough to work with them to do stuff. And I like the songs. I just don't like the fact that they've done that whilst I'm not being helped. So, I don't know. But I want there to be some sort of Jewish passport, only a link that links to me. Whether I call it a digital ID or one world citizenship or something, I don't know. What would be the incentive to get one of these world citizenships? Well, I don't know. I guess the incentive would be so that Christ, me, can know who my people are. Now, if you don't want me to know that you're my people, why? Why don't you want me to know? If I go into some house and I tell the world that I'm Christ, but because I'm Christ and because I don't have magical powers, I can only know who my people are if they tell me. Okay, so that will be the first step. Finding out who is willing to sign up onto some sort of website to give some sort of ID, maybe a driving license or a passport or just facial recognition, maybe even a fingerprint. There's the things the phones have something where you put your thumb on and it does a digital fingerprint. So if I had something like that, that way I could know who my people are. And if you're on my side, Keir Starmer wants everyone in England to sign on to some sort of digital ID, but people are thinking, we don't like you, we don't trust you, we don't want to sign up to this digital ID because you're going to start using it to control us. If people don't particularly like him. I don't have anything against the ID, but I do have something against the idea of Keir Starmer having the ID, because I don't know. I don't know if he's just being a puppet in all of this, but I don't see him as being someone on my side. If, however, someone like me, or that Eve girl, there's a politician that looks like Legally Blonde girl. If she was one who was setting up some sort of digital ID, I would 100% sign on to that, because I'd be like, that girl is like me. Okay, she physically looks like me, or a little bit physically looks like me, so maybe that'll be the right reason why. But I don't know, if someone like Rihanna was to do it as well, like I don't particularly like some of the darkness that she has, but at the same time, I do see myself in her, so I would trust her more than Keir Starmer. I don't trust Keir Starmer at all. But yeah, there are different types of people, and some you feel more resonated to trust. And if the point of signing on to an ID system so that I know that you're one of my people, even though I know you might be lying, and even though I know you might just be doing it because you want to wank over looking at pictures of my face or something like that. There's loads of people that would do that because they're just weird. But yeah, I recognize that there are some people that would be signing on to this for wrong reasons, but yeah, the first step would be to see who would sign on, and then the second step would be to see who would claim to be on my side versus who would claim to just, I don't know, not semi-believe. I don't know, if I say, how much do you believe that I'm God? 100%, 50%, 10%, there might be a lot of people say 50%, but really they just, but I want to know this question. Who is on my side? Who believes that I'm God? And who's just a bit 50-50 about it? Once I have this answer, then I guess that's when I could do, I can, if I'm in a house, so say if someone, that guy who I've known for a very long time, if he came to my house, just said yes, I need to go into some sort of hiding place, and I'll take him. I still want to eat the food in my house. I want time. I want to know when this date is going to happen. I don't want someone to show up at my house and expect me to just walk with them. I mean, technically, if they did just do that, I would just be like, oh, just get me the fuck out of England. But I don't want it to be like that. I want to know that I actually have all my clothes and that they're taken. I think that's all I really want. I don't know what I'm going to do with my fish. Just clothes, beanies, and I think that's pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much, I mean, I could say that the food in my fridge is or the food in my cupboard is important, but I think the majority of it is out of date anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I don't know. I need to go into a house, and I don't want it to just happen overnight. I want it to happen. I want me to know. I've been waiting such a long time, and it'll be nice to actually, every time I look on the news, I kind of do it because I'm secretly hoping that they're going to expose something that is relevant. The Galactic Federation. If I looked on the news and I saw that they were saying that, or if I looked on the news and the BBC was actually talking about a lot of people believing that AJ Miller was Jesus, I would feel like this is a sign that something's about to happen, and this is a sign that I don't have much time left. But yeah, every time I look on the news, it's just shit most of the time, and rubbish, and I don't know why no one's helping me, but I know that I have a huge amount of hatred towards anyone who knows about me and has done nothing. So that's why I feel like it'd be better just to go to some house and then just not know anyone, because if I don't ever get to meet these people, then I would never get to just swear at you, because that's all I want to do. Like I don't want to do anything. I don't want to go to a restaurant. I don't want to go to a park. I don't want to do nothing. I actually, every day I wake up and I think, right, today I don't have to go to the spa. I actually feel relieved. Okay, that means I could just lie in bed all day. I feel relieved to just lie in bed all day doing absolutely nothing. Why? Because I see this world as just being a bunch of fucking morons who are just ignore me. And I don't know what humans are. I feel like they're just some sort of robot that don't make logical sense, and just walking around just looking at robots all the time. That's what I feel like I'm doing. I feel like I'm walking around looking at robots, and these robots get to have a nice life and I don't, and it's just incredibly unfair.